Fresh protests have flared in Bahrain despite the ruling monarchy's declaration that all forms of public demonstrations are now banned. In the latest clashes, police and troops fired shotgun rounds and tear gas at demonstrators. The police response to unrest was immediate, with hundreds of raids on the homes of suspected protesters and dozens of arrests. We spoke to someone who witnessed the brutality on the streets before being kicked out of the country, filmmaker and veteran human rights activist Jen Marlowe. She was one of the few Western journalists left in the country and says that the situation is more desperate than people would believe.
What I witnessed is an increasing repression against the pro-democracy and human rights activists. In the short time that I was in Bahrain, I felt like the situation was actually deteriorating, and house raids and arrests and attempts to silence free speech are all intensifying right now in Bahrain. From what I could see, it is across the country. It is extremely widespread. In villages and towns all over Bahrain, there is violent repression of attempts to demonstrate and attempts to protest, and even more alarming, a much more increase of house raids at night, middle of the night in villages all over, riot police coming in, surrounding houses, brutally arresting people and imprisoning them, taking people from restaurants, swimming pools, their private homes. This practice of targeting activists and demonstrators, unfortunately, seems to be on the rise and very widespread right now. And only time will tell, I guess, how long they will be able to keep struggling. But I did not see any signs of people giving up. I saw signs of people reinvigorated. The Bahraini regime is very determined not to let what's happening be exposed. And so anyone who's going to Bahrain with the purpose and the agenda of trying to show what's happening and trying to really expose the reality on the ground, the regime wants to keep them out and keep them silent as much as possible.
Well, Khalil al-Marzouk, leading figure of al-Wefaq, Bahrain's largest opposition party, says all protesters are demanding an end to the tyranny.
The country is run by a single family, a minority within the community. It's not sectarian. It's related to rulers who want to dominate everything. And due to summer and Ramadan season, you might not see the hundreds of thousands, but I can assure you that after Ramadan, there will be hundreds of thousands getting to the street despite of all of this. This is happening not because the people want to entertain themselves in the streets, because there are legitimate demands that they want to be the power, the source of power in all these authorities in Bahrain,